What's going on, guys? It's Barrett from the Gimpy Camper. I want to do a quick product review here of a product I've been using for a couple of months. I really like it. It's called the Rover. Basically, it's a trolley system for dogs. A lot of people on some RV groups gave me a lot of issues, saying I was trying to hang my dogs and you can't use them in parks and this and that and the other. You should only have your dog if you have a leash on it that you're holding on top of. Sorry guys, but I don't go camping so that I can hold a dog leash all the time, and I want to be able to enjoy camping, and I want to be able to enjoy the dogs, and I want them to be able to enjoy camping. So I want them to have as much freedom as possible while still obeying the technical rules of the campground. From what I've saw, this is not an issue with breaking the rules, at least where I've been here in Tennessee and now in Georgia. The campground host has come by a few times. He's not said anything about it. A lot of places it is against the rules to tie things to the tree, but in some places I've heard it's against the rules to have hammocks and stuff on the tree. Most places it's just against the rules to tie things on the tree, such as a clothesline or hammock or anything else, and that's why you have hammock straps. You know what a hammock strap is a band of webbing that goes around the tree, because the band won't hurt the tree like rope will. And that's the whole reason that most people say that you can't tie things to trees. That being said, I want to show you what we got here. Like I said, I did purchase the system from Rover. It is on the expensive side, but I started piecing the things together, and I was almost the same price, so I just went for it. The most expensive aspect of it is the rope. It's really thick paracord, like climbing rope type stuff. I'll actually put that in the link right here, or not. I won't link it, but I'll put how many mils it is because I can't remember. And everything else you can get off of Amazon except for the little stoppers that I'll show you. When I was piecing it together, I just had some hammock straps in my cart. A lot of the components are actually made from night eyes. They have a lot of really good stuff that I use all the time, but I ended up buying the kit just because I liked it. So without further ado, here we go. See guys, it hits that stopper right there, the pulley does, and that keeps her from being able to go all the way to the end, or she could get tangled around this tree. There is a tree strap on the tree. The Rover system has like a seat belt function on it, so it makes it easy to take on and off of the tree. And then it's just got a little D-ring on there. The piece that you see here, it's a night eyes carabiner that's basically auto tensioning. I'll also show you a close-up picture of that right here. So I do have 100 foot of rope here. The standard kit comes with 50 foot. I opted to get some extra rope, so I got 100 foot length. You can set it up in a straight line or in like a V shape. This I have in a V shape around this pole that's actually made to like hang your lanterns and stuff on. And just real quick, so there's the stoppers that we talked about. To move them, all you do is twist them counterclockwise on each other, and then they'll just move freely. But then they'll stop here. If your dog's any larger than mine, they do make some things that are a little bit more stout for that. So she's pulling on it a little bit right now. And the way this works is you have your pulley here, you have a carabiner, and then you can put like a leash on here. We have one that was made by, I think the company was Tigris, that we got with the system. It had bungee in the leash. It was really nice, but she got bored one night and decided to eat it in half after only using it for a couple of days. That was great. These are more components made from night eyes. Actually, I have two pieces of bungee on here to make it stronger because she is larger. And then I have a lead down here that's metal with epoxy around it, just like the ones that you would hang out or put like in a ground stake, but it's shorter. It's 5 feet, but it was too long to start with, and I actually meant to shorten it before this trip, and I forgot to, but I extended these bungees and I doubled that up, and it's just the right length. And by having the bungee on there, it gives her more of a gentle stop, so it's not a sudden jerk. And please, if you use a system like this, put your dogs in a harness, because you don't want it to pull on their neck. It is a choking hazard. And here comes Charlotte. They can, depending on how you set it, crisscross a little bit. I gave her a little bit more room than I usually do. The stoppers, you can have them in one straight line, or you can have it like a V shape like this. But if I move this stopper back a little bit, that would keep it where she couldn't get tangled up there. See, Josie's trying to go around and she can't. And she's figuring that out right now. But, I really like it. But the same principle's there. If you don't have the V shape and you just have a straight line, you can still have an area where, like in the middle, we keep their food where they can both get to, and they can still play with each other, but they can't get tangled up with each other. So we'll go down here where Charlotte is. Hers I just have hooked up to her harness on a leash. I do prefer the leashes like this that have the reflectic threading in them, and that way at night you can see easier where they are. Speaking of night eyes, I do use, she's got one on here, but I use these little collars that light up at night to more easily see where they are. So her leash just goes on the carabiner here. I do need to get another piece of the elastic for her. I have this other carabiner on it just because this foam handle's so thick it's hard to get on and off there. And then we go all the way down here where we have the extra rope, and give you a closer look at what's going on at the end. So like I say, you have the night eyes carabiner. It's made for 3mm to 9mm rope, and you have these tree straps. These are made from Rover. To take this off, all you got to do is squeeze these two things and it just unbuckles. So it's really easy. This system also comes with a little fanny pack to put everything in. Technically the rope's supposed to fit in the top, but since I got extra, when they shipped it, it was in here, but I thought it would be too much of a hassle to do all the time. And so what I did is I bought this extension cord carrier, and Josie just got up on the table. See, that's how much movement she has. So it gives them just enough lateral movement, especially with the elastic, where they can really get around without getting tangled. But I use this extension cord storage to just roll the rope up on, and then I keep it in my basement storage in my camper over here.